Hello everybody, Sarix here, and welcome back to Zak McKracken and the Alien Mindbenders. I am pretty much where we left off in the last video. YouTube magic. There was no pause between this video. I paused it. I took a brief drink from my iced tea, and we're off again. So, no doing this at a later date, though this will probably be my last video of the night. We, in the last video, ended up on an airplane, as you can see here, and we have some antics to do here. We don't have to do it now. Some things we do have to do now, but not all of it, but we're going to do all of it. So I'm going to unpause. Here we go. So we have some bins here. If we open them up, we get yelled at. Get back in your seat. Yeah. Okay, so the stewardess is a problem. She will even close the bin. Also, I really wish that airplanes were like this, with just like one seat on one side of the airplane and that's it. Let's go ahead and open the door here. Here we are in the restroom. Let's create a diversion. There's some toilet paper, there's a sink. Use toilet paper in sink. Okay, but that could clog it up. Yeah, it could. But that's the point. Turn on the faucet. It's gonna overflow. Well, let's push the call button. And let's get the heck out of here. Now this will give us some time. This will give us some time to pick up. Oh yes, he occasionally, like I said, talks to the camera. Let's pick up the seat cushion and the lighter that falls out of it. She said our seat cushion could be used as a flotation device, but that is not enough. Let us open the microwave, because we cannot do what we're about to do just based on that diversion. Oh shit. Close. Oh shoot, we might not have enough time. Turn on microwave. Ah, crap. You shouldn't be doing that. Get back in your seat right now. Ow. Generally, you do everything all at once. Well, let's make another diversion. I think this also will time out, and we will eventually get to see it. Who left this egg in here? Is this your egg? Is she gonna say that? Is this your egg? Tell me, catch you using the microwave oven again? Yeah. Okay. I tried to do one thing. Generally, you can do everything all at once, but not in this case. Use toilet paper in sink. Turn on sink. Push the button. Push the button. Yeah, that is not enough. Because we have other things to do here. She's gonna go over there. And generally you do not pick up that seat cushion. That's the only thing you need to do right now, but we're gonna get rid of everything we need to do in this airplane right now. So we'll close the microwave, turn on the microwave. Gonna be kinda gross. And it explodes into a horrible mess. Who did this? It was me. Did you do this? Go sit down. Nah. Okay, so now she's distracted for pretty much the entire flight. So now we open up the bins. And the way the bins work here is, unfortunately, no matter how much you distract her, you will never be able to do this without having used the egg, because it is literally the last bin you ever open. And in here we have an oxygen tank. Pick that up. And now we are pretty much done. So we can hit escape to skip out of the airplane sequence. Very, oh, meanwhile, back in the secret room. He's singing. I'm not gonna try and sing. Don't make me. What do you think you're doing? Groveling to the king. Stop it. You're supposed to be watching the machine. Sorry. There is still a chance, a very small chance, that someone could discover and activate the Scalarian device. It's the only thing that could stop us. And of course, we'll soon be in control and won't have to worry, but until then, keep your mind on the job and stop doing your silly singing. But guess what? See ya, by the way. And he's going to sing about heartache, hovel, and lice, and shaken up. Yeah. So this airport does not have a guide to buy stuff from, so let's just go ahead and leave. It's a very generic airport. So just because I know we need to, let's pick up this tree branch. Let's tear that right off. And if we get close, it's the two-headed squirrel that we are trying to report on. What is a good headline? Two-headed squirrel attacks tabloid reporter. Two-headed squirrel devours Seattle and Tacoma. Vicious tabloid reporter turns two-headed squirrel into mobster, was that? I hate my job. Yeah, he really does not like his job. So, we could do a few... This one we have a couple of options. We could just go right out and kill this squirrel. But I don't want to do that. That's mean. Instead, let's go ahead and give it some peanuts. Pull the peanuts? Why would I want to pull the peanuts? How would we give the peanut? No, give the peanuts to two-headed squirrel. It took them and left. Okay. Well, how are we going to get in there? Well, we are going to dig our way in, not with a wallpaper map. Doesn't seem to work. We're going to dig our way through with a butter knife. If we use the butter knife while the squirrels are still there, it kills them. And everybody's a sad person. We want them to be alive. We don't really need them to be alive, but we want them to be alive. Let's go inside. And this is where the whole not activate or not being able to hover over items really kind of fails. Because we don't know what's in here. So we have to what is. There's a fire pit. I think if we go over here, there's a squirrel nest. We saw it at one point, very briefly. But not really what I'm looking for either. Cave exit, no. Here, unfortunately, we have to do some pixel hunting that we can't see. Abandoned bird nest. And I can click on it and that kind of locks it into the verb window. So we want to use the abandoned bird nest with the, well, let's use it with the golf club. There are a couple of things you could use it with, but we got it. Okay, cool. So we saw that there was a fire pit over here. Let's use the tree branch in the fire pit, and let's use the bird nest in the fire pit. Branch and pit. Good enough. And finally, let's light it. You could also turn on the lighter, and I think that gives you a tiny little bit of, well, let's turn it on and see. Yeah. We can see a little bit, not enough. Use lit lighter on that. Okay, let's turn off our lighter. He will eventually force us to turn it off because it gets too hot. Yes, the bird nest is up here. If we did not use both of those, if we just used one or the other, then it would be lit for a brief moment and then go away. This should last for a while. Yeah, there we go. Now we have a nice fire going. So if we go over here, we have those guys. They're still alive. And we have some strange markings. If we read them, unfinished drawing made with yellow dots. Well, we have a yellow crayon. Let's use the yellow crayon, or not the cash card. Yellow crayon on the markings, and we connect the dots, and we actually get the Ankh, which we saw in our dream, and a very weird door appears. Okay. Well, there's a platform here, but it doesn't do anything yet. So we want to get this item here. It's a blue crystal. There's no look, so if I try and read it, it doesn't work. If we pick it up, it is locked into the pedestal. Beneath it, there's a sensor, and we've seen one of these before. So let's use the remote control. I guess I chose the right channel. Yep, we needed that remote control. Now we can pick up the blue crystal. This looks like an artifact. Now, if you did not turn on the TV, you would kind of be a little bit confused. Be like, hey, this looks like a thing. Kind of like that. Something like that. I don't really know. But you would be a little bit confused. It's kind of a little bit like Space Quest 3, where you can go through a lot of this game without knowing the plot. You can't finish the game without knowing the plot, though, so you will eventually figure it out. But now we have the blue crystal, and we know that it is an artifact. So now we can leave, and that's really the only thing here. We have the mountain here. It's way too high. We're not going to climb it. Really nothing to do with it. So let's just walk to the airport. And now we no longer have any pre-purchase tickets, so we do need to use the reservation terminal. We can go to Miami, or we can go to San Francisco. I'm gonna kinda... So right now you would think that, hey, we have an artifact, let's go to San Francisco and give it to that person, and you would be completely right. But we're gonna go to Miami instead. One-way fare is $407. From Seattle, yeah, that kind of makes sense. No, that doesn't make sense at all. Round trip, maybe. Ooh, we have a guy here. Not the plane, but the guy. Hi, guy. Hey, hello. Can you spare a... yeah, he wants money. Instead, we're gonna give him the book, because, you know, enlightenment and all that stuff. Give book to bum. I've heard of this guru. Let's see what he has to say. Ah. I understand now. I don't need this whiskey any longer. Here, and thank you. So we get the book back, and we get whiskey, and now we have this nice music going on, which we had in the San Francisco airport. Let's quickly use this reservations terminal. Oh, and we're still gonna get it. So we have a couple options. If we go out of the country, you'll see that it gives us an exit visa code required that is exempt from playing this through ScumVM. If we were not playing it through ScumVM, we would have to deal with that, and I will explain it when I'm not going to hear this really annoying beep, 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 beep. Actually, problems. I don't have the item that I wanted to use, or the item that I need to go to where I want to go to. So we are actually going to go to San Francisco. Not entirely what I expected, but we'll deal with it. And an enjoyable flight later. Until we have done everything on the airplane, which includes getting the seat cushion and the lighter and the oxygen tank, you will always get dumped into the airport or the airplane screen. Once you have done all of those three things, there is no point for you to ever be on the airplane again, and we could just go along with our business. Okay, well, let's see. What else can we do here? There might have been some place we could have connected to through Miami that we could do, but yeah, we're not going to. Let's play this without pretending that we know all of the things. So let's leave. And we are back in San Francisco. Let's take a quick walk over here because we did submit our application. Ooh, and that's empty? I would have thought that would have been responded to by now. Well, whatever. Let's go up here. We've done most everything we need to do in Lose Loans, except... Let's go there first, actually. So he has two options. He has a sell window and he has a buy window. And we have kind of, by now, mangled our butter knife. Let's see if we can sell that, because it's kind of useless. I'd like to sell this to you. Oh, wow! It's a beautiful silver sculpture. I'm adding this to my art collection. How much does he give us for a bent butter knife? $1,500 for a bent butter knife. Helps us a little bit because we are going to be doing a lot of travel. We have purchased pretty much everything we needed already, but we are going to do a lot of travel, so we need some money. And unless we kind of optimize things a little bit, it is very unlikely that we will be able to continue the entire game with the amount of money that we have, even with that bent sculpture over there. But we do know that we need to deliver some artifacts, and we got a blue crystal, so let's do this again, but do it with an artifact and not my phone bill. What? Did I do the door accidentally? There we go, okay. Use blue crystal. Come on. In the drop slot. And if we start to walk away, okay, I was gonna say, she is excited about that one. She was not excited about our phone bill. Where did you get that artifact? Never mind that, you're the woman that was in my dream. Yeah, bad pickup line. Wait a second. Yeah, we were in her dream too. It was you. Come with me. Two friends and I had special dreams sent by the ancient ones. You were the one they told us about. Give me a break. You're skeptical. You'll soon change your mind. Yes, we will. We saw a strange device, and that is the device that we saw in our dream. Hey, that's it. The blue crystal is part of the device. This is another part of it, and she will give us another piece. When whole, this crystal shard will let you join our friends on Mars. You will need a spacesuit. Oh, and here's your artifact back. Yes, that item will actually give us, or get us to Mars, eventually. Be careful, if one of us dies, we will be unable to complete our mission. That is not entirely true. At this point, yes. But certain people serve certain functions, and yes, if one of them dies now, we won't get there, but really, we can kill 2 people off and still survive. But we won't be that cruel. I'll just tell you what happens when we do at the end, because it does slightly change the ending. But much like Maniac Mansion, we now have a switch option, which is quite like New Kid. And we can go to Zak or Annie. Annie obviously right here, who has our phone bill. Let's go ahead and give that back to Zak. Thank you. And if we go to a blotter and pick up the blotter, there's an item underneath that, and that is our cash card. That is Annie's cash card. If we read that, it has $5,405, much less than Zak's, so she will not be the one doing most of the traveling. But she will need to do some. So let's take her outside. In fact, let's take her all the way over to the airport. No way to control multiple characters at the same time, really. If I press F1, I think I can just jump to Zak. Yeah, a lot easier than hitting switch. I'm pretty sure that Zak can pay for a lot of Annie's things. So, like before, we had to use the kazoo. But I want to use this right now. I kind of don't want to come back to San Francisco as Zak for a while. Let's use the kazoo. Oh, that canceled it when I switched to Annie? Oh, it's you again. Climb aboard. Nope, actually it's going to be Annie who's going to climb aboard. She will use her cash card and the cash card reader. I'll be leaving in 15 seconds if your friend wants to come. No, your friend does not want to come at all. I don't know if I have to not be on screen. Oh, look, we have mail. Alright, let's go. Okay, so we switched to Annie. She's now at the airport. That's where she belongs. Let us use the small key. Use small stale bread. Use small key. Use small key in mailbox. Pick up letter. It's the King Fan Club card. That was fast. Actually, it was not as fast as I would have expected. We went all the way to Seattle and back. And, yeah. That actually took kind of a while. Generally, you can mail that and then walk off the screen a couple of times. I think it might be tied to the amount of screen transitions you do. So that might be why. But, a couple things we need to do first. Is there a couple things we need to do first? You know what? Now that I have failed once to produce a nice, clean apartment, he's going to go through and criticize every time. Oh, crap. I hope I didn't mess this up. Let me immediately... ignore every one of these saved games. Except the autosave. New LP1. Actually, we're kind of on 2. Let me, F5 load. Let me load the autosave. You save as oops, question mark. And let's go back to new LP1. LP2. Okay. Yeah, the bus is gone. I don't know if Zak can actually get to the airport now. Huh. That's interesting. I've never seen that happen. Of course, I've never done it this way. If she goes back... Okay. Okay, let's do it the way we probably should have to begin with. Let's use the kazoo. Oh, let's see again. On board. Use cash card and cash card reader. And yes, our friend does want to come. Cash card with cash card reader. Because we don't care about having Annie in San Francisco ever again. But Zak does need to be able to go back and forth. Okay, so Annie's not going to do a whole lot. I think we can probably get away with the money she has on her cash card. So let's go ahead and use the terminal. We need to take her to London. Okay. And she'll take a ticket. We also have to give her something. We'll be there later anyways, but let's go ahead and give her the whiskey. Okay, let's go to Annie. Let's let her have a flight over to London. We'll leave her here for right now. She has pretty much all she needs right now. Zak is going to do most of the work. It's one of those games where when you know what's going on, you pretty much have one character do everything. And there's no real reason to have Annie do anything that she isn't required to do. And, actually, she might be she's not entirely required for one thing. But, where is she actually? Let's look. Let's see where we can go from here. We can go to Cairo? Let's go to Cairo. There are ways to get her places if we run out of money. A little bit different airport. Generally, once you leave the US, the airports are a little bit different. Let's go to outside, which is essentially going to be in the middle of pyramids and the Sphinx. Of course, why not? If we walk to the leg, that is not the leg we're looking for. Walk to this leg. This is the leg we are looking for. However, we look at these markings over here. She's not going to know what to do with them. And honestly, I don't know what to do with them. So let's back out of that and let's leave her in the desert here. This is where she's going to live for a while. Sorry, Annie. Now Zak. Zak, where are you going to go? We're in San Francisco? Yeah. How about we get something out of the way really quick? Oh, no, actually. We're gonna go some places. By the way, I think I might have said I was going to talk about the exit visa code when we didn't have annoying sounds in the background. I'm actually not yet. Well, I can partially. It is the copy protection for the game. We, not even going to say it because we're already out of the country. It would, I think, still require it. Actually, I think it's only if you're going to the US to a foreign area. But there was a sheet that came with a bunch of symbols, and it would say a reference like B12 on your grid. And then you would have a sequence of 4 odd symbols, and it would be, of course, on dark red paper with black text, so it would be hard to photocopy back in the 80s. And it'd probably be hard for me to read now because I'm colorblind. But yeah. And what will happen if you fail that, we might see we'll definitely see in the next video. In the meantime, we are going to go to Nepal. We got our ticket. Let's go right out. An enjoyable flight later. It can be a a miserable flight later. It's completely random. And here we are in Nepal. And so we do need to be here for a specific reason. Hopefully I have that reason. I do. Okay. But we are short on time, so we will learn possibly some more about these artifacts. In fact, the person, what is it? The guru in this book that we've been toting around for a while lives here. We will meet him and possibly find out a little bit more about these artifacts very shortly. But for now, thank you for watching, and check in to see the next video, and we will learn more about some artifacts and do some kind of weird things with animals. Yeah, we will. Anyways, see you then.